Okay, good day. It's 8:50 a.m. right now. I woke up like a few minutes ago. But yeah, time to make a video as well cuz yeah. So right now I'm just washing the dishes cuz I didn't wash them yesterday for the reasons explained in my last video. And I just wanted to say that a few weeks ago, I moved to Linux. I started using Ubuntu, and right now I am primarily a Linux user. Uh, I still have Windows 10 on my laptop, but I only use it for very specific stuff, so I barely use it at all. And today I just wanted to explain why I made this change. Right? So, uh, number one thing is that something was very wrong with Windows for absolutely no reason. For some months, I wasn't able to update Windows 10. Like, literally, I just tried to like install the update, and when it reached a certain point, it just never went through, and instead it showed a screen saying that there was a problem and that it was gonna remove the update. And this went on for months, and I only fixed it when I was already moving to Ubuntu, and I tried reinstalling Windows to see if I could, I don't know, salvage something or just keep the system running. And yes, it did solve the issue, but at that point there were other reasons as well to change. So the main reason as well is just Microsoft. It is a dog shit company, which you know just one of, as every other major tech company, every other big tech, it just wants to shove its product down your throat and make you buy everything that they have, and they want all your data and shit like that. So mainly privacy is the reason why. And I also have a third and fourth uh, reasons. The third reason is Windows 11. When I got this laptop 3 years ago, and it came with Windows 10, right? The moment that I saw that Windows 11 was gonna release, I don't remember when exactly, but when I saw that Windows 11 was gonna be a thing, I promised myself I am not gonna update this thing, upgrade, whatever. I'm not gonna upgrade this thing to Windows 11 because something told me that that would be just worse than Windows 10 itself, which is already bad considering, compared to Windows 7. Yeah, I can't really use any other example. Windows 7 is just the best. So, yeah, I just promised myself that I'd stay on Windows 10, and I am staying on Windows 10. And when this year, like in a few months, Microsoft is gonna end uh, support, security support for Windows 10. So instead of being left on my own without any security patches to Windows, I thought that moving to a new OS, which was not Windows 11, because at this point actually, I could notice that yes, it is a very dog shit product, Windows 11. So when I noticed that this was happening, I'm just gonna stay on Windows 10 and whatever. And I also just, decided to finally switch. But the fourth reason is just Windows 11 being dog shit as well. But mainly Microsoft trying to push their AI stuff into my PC and their products and whatever, and just put ads everywhere, which is not something that I want to see in my PC. Reminding that you have to pay a license to use Windows. You have to pay a license to use Windows, and now they're trying to put fucking ads in your PC. They're trying to put fucking ads in your settings app, in your, they're just trying to shitify, I like this term. They're trying to shitify Windows, basically. Just give me a second. So, yeah, Windows is just basically becoming dog shit. And because I don't want any of this AI crap in my PC, I do not want Copilot being, pre-installed on my PC. I don't want Edge. I don't want to deal with Microsoft's telemetry. I don't want to disable any of that after I have the OS installed. So instead of, just fighting for my life to finally end all of this, and also because, Windows 10 does the same thing, and I'm honestly just tired of having to deal with that. I just, decided to finally switch to Linux. I picked Ubuntu because it's the OS that I've used the most on Linux. I do plan on moving to another software because, people say that Ubuntu is not the best, and I understand why. But at the current moment, I'm using Ubuntu, as my main operating system. It's kind of just for browsing and using Discord and playing some games as well, like Minecraft, but some, more specific stuff like editing software, and this or that game which will run better on my on Windows, because I have two storage I have two storage disks. One is is a hard drive, and another one is an SSD. So the SSD is, connected directly to the motherboard, therefore it is the fastest. And I installed Ubuntu on the hard drive because I knew downloading Windows into the SSD would be a pain in the ass, and some apps do not work with Linux, so need that sometimes. But for most of my uses, and for literally everyday use, Linux does the trick, and it just works. 1 second. And I'd argue that it works better, and for me as a developer, it is also better because it comes pre-installed with Python. Not having to install Python was quite handy, and yeah, just I switched to Linux. And if you have the will or whatever, this is the best time to switch to Linux. Microsoft has made probably the worst operating system of all time. I'd argue that it's worse than Windows Vista, because at least Vista didn't have a bunch of bloatware, but Windows 11 has. So, yeah, if you want to switch to Linux, this is the perfect time. And as I've read somewhere on YouTube, there was a comment that said Microsoft is like the biggest reason. No, Microsoft was like is very good at making an advertisement for Linux, something like that, I forgot. But yeah, just that. Windows is bad, and I'm not gonna buy a Mac or anything, because one, it's Apple, just the same stuff, and it's also incredibly expensive. Yes, I can manage to run a Mac OS on my laptop if I really try to, but Linux is much easier to install, and I wouldn't have as many problems, trying to use stuff like I would do on Mac probably. And yeah, well, learning Linux is also quite useful for the for finding a job in the IT sector, and that's how we go. Well, thanks for watching and have a good day.